Alright y'all, welcome to Not So Simple Garage. If you like this channel or any of the content, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit the bell icon so you get notifications every time I post a video and you can get every update on this channel. I would really appreciate it. Leave a like if you like the video and comment anything you'd like. So thanks for watching and let's get to the video. What's going on everybody? It's your boy Shiv. Today we're going to be installing an aftermarket part on my bike. Let me ask you this. Do you think this right here is ugly as hell? Like, it just, no, it's so off-putting. So what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate this whole piece. We're going to retain these factory blinkers, and it's going to be a license plate mount. It's basically a flush piece that goes right here. The license plate hangs off of it, and these lights stick right off the side. So this part that I got, it's called a Fender Eliminator kit. I got it from TST Industries. It was very affordable. I think with the bracket to retain the license, or not the license plate, the factory blinkers, I believe it was like $80. So if just the delete part for the fixed bracket for the license plate is like 50 or 60. Very affordable, and it's gonna make a huge difference to the bike. So I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step on how to install this. We're going to start by unboxing what's in the box. I did already unbox it. I took it all out of the packages and stuff, so how you see it is not exactly how it came, but I'm just going to show you everything that's included. And then we're going to go ahead and get right into it, and as I figure it out, I will give you guys a step-by-step update. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so here's the box. Here's what came in it. There was a part when I ordered. It asked if I had any notes as the buyer, and I said, can you please include some stickers? So here's where they said yes, with a smiley face, and then ride safe out there. So very awesome. They look like they're a great company. Yeah, so I spent $89.49 after shipping for this whole entire kit. So here's the piece that replaces what's already on the bike. This is what gives it that factory finish. Okay. Here's the bracket for the factory lights, so those will just stick right in there. And then here's the actual mount for the license plate, okay? And then you got all your hardware here and everything. And they threw in a bunch of stickers. So I don't like putting stickers on my bike or anything, so I'm gonna find a good place to stick these. Maybe I got on my laptop for sure, definitely on my laptop. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be super simple. So with that said, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So you can see down here there are two plastic clips, right? I already have the center of one pushed in, but you take a pick or something along that line and you just push the center in. You'll hear it click. Okay, now we take this clip plier and then you get up behind it. So you get up behind it, try and keep out of the light, and then you get under it and then just pop it out. Do that for both of them. Okay, so we've got both those clips off. So now this is for a 2025 Yamaha R3, so it's going to be a little bit different if you have a different bike. So we also have one right here underneath, you can see right there, and then there's going to be one on the other side too. So let's go ahead and push the centers in and pop those clips out too. Okay, so we got the last one popped. Be careful to not let it fall. Okay, so there's the first piece we just took off. We've got all four of our clips set here. So now we look here. We have got two, looks like Allen key bolts. So let's go ahead and find the proper size and then take those out next. Okay, so I've got my handy dandy electric ratchet, 3/8 drive. It is a 4mm Allen head key. Okay, now you can use any regular Allen head or whatever you got, it's just gotta be a 4mm. So let's go ahead and pop these out. Okay, so as you can see, it's loose. So I believe we now need to take out this Allen key and this one, and there's this one and this one, and the same two on the other side. Let's go ahead and take those out and see what happens. Okay, so as you can see, this is starting to separate. So I believe all we have left is the one Phillips head right here, the one on the other side, and then there's also two right inside here, one there, one there. Okay, so with all those out, now this piece is just gonna pop off. Just like so. So now we've got all this exposed, right? Okay, so we're in here, got plenty of light on here. So there's this plastic piece and it's sitting in a rubber kind of grommet. So you just pull the plastic piece back, pull the flaps on the rubber to the side, kind of twist it out, right? And then slide this plastic piece up the wire, just like that. So now you can push this out. Just kind of maybe go from the outside and pull, and you got that out. So it looks like we're gonna have to unplug the wire, which it looks like we're gonna have to take off this whole top piece or somewhere around here, because I believe there's two bolts from the top side holding this on. So obviously we're deleting this whole piece. So we'll be able to disconnect the wires when we're up there and get these lights freed up. So let's go ahead and start diving into that. Okay, so now we're gonna move up to the top of the bike. First thing we wanna do is take off the rear seat, insert your key, pull it off. Let's go ahead and set that aside. Okay, so now we've got more of these clips. So we've got one here and one here. We're gonna need to take this piece off. Not to scratch anything. There's your second one. So now we can pull that piece out. Great. So our next step is going to be to remove, I believe these are 10mm bolts here, which will take this driver's seat out. Okay, so we got a 10mm on here. Snag them up here. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and pop our seat off, just like so. Perfect. Okay, so here's what we're left with. So now we're gonna take these two bolts out. Let's see, these four bolts, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's go ahead and take those out. It actually looks like we have two more here that I missed, so let's take those out. Okay, now these can kind of just kick off to the side. Okay, so now we're going to take these two out. These are two 12mm bolts. Okay, so we've got those out. Okay, you just push the little tab in here and it pops right off. Pull that off, move that to the side. Okay, so these sit right on here. So be sure not to lose these because I almost just lost them. Now we've got two tabs right here. We need to push those in and extract those. Okay, so we go ahead and pull that out. Okay, so then we'll pull this off, just kind of set it down to the side. So now we have access to our plugs and our bolts here. Okay, so you can see here, this is where our lights come in. So this is for our blinkers. Yeah, one's for the blinkers, maybe even both. Well, you can see we have three cords here, 1, 2, and 3. So okay, these three are for our license plate lights and our blinkers. So let's go ahead and take those out. Okay, so you can see here we've got all three unplugged. We can actually just pull those out for now, just one by one. Okay, so we'll just let those hang. So now we have this rubber piece that can come off. Okay, so that whole piece, we'll make sure to put that back in the right way. It just kind of goes around a bunch of parts. So now we have our 4, looks like 10mm nuts. Let's double check. Are they 10s? They are 10s. So we'll take those 4 out. Now beware when you take this last one out, it is going to drop. So record taking 3 out, and then as I'm taking the last one out, I'll set you guys down. Okay, so as you can see here, we got this whole piece off. The bike's already looking so much better. Make sure not to lose these brackets that go on the bottom side of that. So we'll set that aside for now. And this is actually a good time to get our lights out. So I'm kind of pull them through these plastic spots here. Okay. Okay, and then we just go ahead and pull them out. Okay, I don't know if they matter which side they go in. Actually they do, so make sure. So for me, the one with the black plug goes to the right, so we'll leave that at the right. The one with the white plug goes to the left, because it would suck to get this all back together and you turn your left blinker on and the right blinker's on in the rear, right? That's not very effective. So with that said, I believe we can start reinstalling the Eliminator kit. So let's go ahead and put this whole piece together, get this attached, and then we'll pop this on and secure it in. Okay, so I figured out this is how it's going to go. So your plate is going to mount up to this right here, but right beneath that you're going to put this bracket. Okay, so that way it's going to hold both of them to go through it to go into this, and then you put your lights in here. They stick out to about here, and then you put your plate on. So let's go ahead and find out how to get this secured to each other. Okay, so we got these 2 longer nuts and washers. Sorry, longer bolts and washers. So I imagine we got the longer ones because those are going to have to go through more, right? So let's go ahead and put a washer on. We're going to feed it through, and then we'll come up here and we'll go through here, put another washer on, and then put a nut on to secure it. Okay, so we started to get this attached. So let's do the other side now. So we'll do bolt, washer. We'll stick it through both brackets. Okay, and then we're gonna do another nut. Sorry, another washer, and then a nut. Now before you tighten this down all the way, make sure this light bracket is centered. Make sure both mounts are centered, okay? Okay, so that's exactly where I want them. So 4mm Allen head on the bottom side, and then a 10mm wrench on this side, and we're just gonna crank her down until she feels nice and snug. Because remember, you got to take this all apart if you don't get it tight enough, and that's just a pain in the butt. Lock it down and do the other one. Perfect. So that's our bracket now, so we'll leave that as it is. Okay, so now we're going to run our lights. So this is going to be the left side, so let's go ahead and run this through. grommet in, make sure it gets seated all the way. I like to use a pick to kind of help push it through. Okay, so now it's in there. That looks nice and clean. And then we'll reseat this with the little plastic piece that goes in, just like so. Okay, so now we're probably going to run a zip tie. We're going to run it right through that, and then it's going to go right up through the center there. Okay, so let's do the other one. Perfect, so that's seated all the way. Now seat your plastic piece. Perfect, so that's what we're looking at right now. And then we're going to run this up and around right into there, just like so. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. Okay, so then you've got these plastic washer type things, and then these self-threading screws. So you go ahead and pop this in. Now these have a built-in arrow, so it's actually going to point towards the front of the bike, all 4 of them. So we'll take this one and we'll go start getting this in, and then I'll show you how I did it and we'll go from there. Okay, this is going to be a little tricky to do this with only 2 hands, but we're going to take our wires, we're going to pop them up through the holes. Like I said, it's a little tricky. Okay, so go to the other side, pull them through, and you can just let that hang for a second. Now we're going to grab one of our washers and screws. We're going to find a hole. Okay, so we're going to start with that one. So let me use my other hand and then I'll show you how it goes from there. Okay, so we're going to get this in place. We're going to line it up with the according boss. Make sure your wires sneak right under that little slot there. So then we're going to grab a Phillips head screwdriver, come to the top, and start threading it in. Okay, so you can see we've got the one threaded in. This has a slot built in, so you can adjust it with the center of the bike. So all 4 of them need to look like that. So that was the easiest one to get in. Let's get one more here, and one here. All right, so once you got it all put in, go ahead and put everything back together in reverse of how you took it out, and that should be everything you need to do. So basically now you attach your license plate, make sure you plug your lights back in, and you are all good to go. I'll show a picture of when everything's all done and back together. I'll show you how it looks before and after. So with that said, guys, I hope that you found this video helpful. I know there's other videos on it, but this is for a 2025 Yamaha R3. Of course, it's a similar concept for other years. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.